Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom office, as I usually do. Well, we're in that time of year that hardly anybody understands and knows about. I don't mean that as a put down. I simply mean that as the fact that about now, maybe the Christmas carols are starting to go off from the radio, and we aren't seeing any more presentations of It's a Wonderful Life and all of those other shows, Christmas Story and others that are on television over and over again as we lead up to the Christmas time. Now we're in that in-between time, and in reality what we are is in the actual Christmas time. And the Christmas time is in our Christian calendar called Christmas Tide, and that's what we know from the popular song of being the 12 days of Christmas. From Christmas on the 25th to January 6th, which is Epiphany, those are understood to be the 12 days of Christmas, and it's a time when we tell this story in our Christian faith of the young days of Jesus and what was going on in his life then. We at Bloom, on this Sunday coming up, the 29th, will be having our Christmas Sunday, and we're especially pleased that Rabbi David Lazar is going to bring our message that day. I'm looking forward to that as he brings his perspective on our day. I think that's probably kind of a unique experience for many of us to have a rabbi bring the message on a Christmas Sunday. And then the following week is our Epiphany Sunday, Communion, but it's also known among Bloom folks as our Star Sunday. And we'll look forward to that time too as we get new words for the year to come, for 2020. As our Spring Fling theme says, in 2020 we can see clearly now. So maybe the word that we get on Epiphany Sunday or Star Sunday will be able to give us some insight on what we'll see coming up. But actually I suppose I shouldn't be talking about that because that's for BloomTube next week. This week, we're looking forward to that time of in between Christmas and New Year's, thinking about the year that has passed and the year that is coming ahead. I heard that the Queen said this year, or she's going to say, or she said in her Christmas message, the year's been quite bumpy. I think that there are many folks that could relate to that. The thing about our faith is, in these bumpy times, so let's also always remember the Christmas prophecy, the Christmas promise, and that is that the rough places will be made smooth. And that's what our faith can help us do. We do that for each other as we're in relationship with one another. We can do that ourselves as we pray and meditate to calm ourselves. There's a lot that we can do in our own lives to, of course, face reality, and of course deal with reality in adult and sensible ways, but we can work to make the rough places plain, or smooth the rough places, make the crooked straight, let rivers flow in dry valleys, make the mountains low and the valleys high, basically to make our lives not milquetoast, but more smooth, more ready to be able to inhabit and live in such ways that we feel we are growing and comforted and taken care of in this life. So in this time, as we're thinking about last year, anticipating next year, let's remember that we're in Christmas Tide, which is the fulfillment of all of those promises that have been being made in our faith. And once again, we as human beings, of faithful human beings, as Christians, we are people who can do our best to make all of that become real. As Jesus said, the realm of God is in your hands. We can help make that Christmastide promise become real. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. If you can't be with us in body, please be with us in spirit. Keep us in your prayers, and as always, you can always tune in on Facebook Live. See you next time.